Crystal Palace Park was designed to showcase Victorian grandeur and innovation. It is home to Benjamin Waterhouse Hawkins's dinosaurs, which were built on the site when the park opened in 1854. They're very unique because they're the first images of extinct animals ever built, and as there had been very little research about fossils up to that time, they are largely inaccurate based on what we now know. So just imagine these dinosaurs here predate the publication of Charles Darwin's The Origin of Species. Here behind me originally stood the Crystal Palace. And the Crystal Palace was a very large prefabricated structure consisting of slender steel rods and panes of glass. And it was 3 times the size of St. Paul's, and housed a exhibition space of just short of 1 million square meters, so a huge structure. And it arrived here a few years after the Great Exhibition of 1851 in Hyde Park, where it originally stood and greeted 6 million visitors in the 6 months of the exhibition. So it was disassembled and moved here, where it was reassembled in a slightly different arrangement in 1854. The Crystal Palace Park was an enormous park that was paid for by admission through a turnstile. The Crystal Palace stood here until 1936, so 82 years before it burned down in a fire. So we'll see what other things this park has to show us here. So I'm standing in front of the maze here in Crystal Palace Park, and the maze was totally renovated and redone by Girl Guiding UK in the lead up to their centenary celebrations in 2009. And Crystal Palace Park, of course, played a pivotal role in the scouting movement and Girl Guiding, because in September of 1909, the first ever Boy Scout rally was held here, and a group of girls showed up wanting to join the movement as well. So these gate crashers approached Baden-Powell and demanded to be included as well. But at the time it was a bit difficult because it was very uncommon for activities with boys and girls together to take place. Baden-Powell asked his sister Agnes if she would be in charge of the movement known as Girl Guiding, and she promptly got to work renting an office, purchasing badges with her own money, and by the following year she had 6,000 girls registered. So let's see what else we can discover in this park. So I mentioned that the maze was renovated as part of Girl Guiding's centenary celebrations, and new artworks were introduced at that time, making it a fun experience for all ages. So there were 10 granite monoliths were placed within the maze to be discovered, and each one has an emblem drawn from the world of nature and of significance to the guiding movement. So you have snowdrops and daffodils, polar bears and dolphins. And at the center of the maze, there's a map showing its layout and where everything is located.